At Healthcare Partners Medical Group, our mission is to provide the highest quality of healthcare to each and every patient. With 5 locations in Pahrump, we are local doctors you know and trust. We want to thank you for choosing us. Quality care starts here.
News 46 is brought to you by Healthcare Partners and Humana. News is also brought to you by Barry Levinson and Associates, Pahrump's Bankruptcy Center. When it comes to important matters like bankruptcy, call an experienced, compassionate attorney. Call the Bankruptcy Center of Pahrump. Call 775-727-4747.
Tonight on News 46, video footage of the rebel armed robbery has been released.
A pizza delivery driver has been arrested for falsely reporting a robbery.
And it's the 70th anniversary of the tragic attack on Pearl Harbor. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Rick Vale and Rhonda Van Winkle. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell and news across Nevada with Janet Eric. News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, December 7th, 2011, the 70th anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor. I'm Rick Vale.
And I'm Rhonda Van Winkle for News 46. An arrest warrant has been obtained for Donald Deloney for burglary, robbery, kidnapping, and grand larceny regarding the early Tuesday morning robbery of the Rebel One gas station. Around 3:30 yesterday morning, Mr. Deloney entered the convenience store at the corner of Highway 160 and 372. Nye County sheriffs have released the video footage of the man entering the store and handing the clerk a note, after which he pulls a mask over his face, brandishes a gun, and robs the store. Deloney then left on foot southbound from the gas station. 49-year-old Donald Ray Deloney is 5 foot 7 inches tall. He weighs 220 pounds and usually has black hair, though currently he is shaved bald and has brown eyes. There are no known vehicles that Deloney would have access to. Donald Deloney has several prior arrests for the same type of crimes and has a very violent and dangerous history. Deloney should be considered armed and dangerous. Anyone with information as to his whereabouts is urged to contact the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 751-7000 or call 911. Again, Deloney should be considered armed and dangerous.
And the Domino's Pizza delivery driver who reported being robbed after making a delivery in Comstock Park has been arrested. Nye County Sheriff's Office General Assignment Detectives arrested 27-year-old Carrie Rush, who was the alleged victim of a robbery for filing a false police report and malicious prosecution. She was booked into the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center and is pending bail. Ms. Rush reported that 2 black males robbed her while she was delivering pizza on Monday night. She provided detailed sketches to detectives of the alleged robbers. At the conclusion of dozens of interviews, an extensive investigation, and search warrants, it was identified that Carrie Rush was lying about the crimes having occurred. During the investigation, it was identified that Rush has had an issue with debt owed for narcotics purchased. It was identified that Rush stole the money from her Domino's delivery change and then made this false report of a robbery as a means to provide money to pay the debt.
And today marks the 70th anniversary of the attacks on Pearl Harbor by Japanese. It was a surprise military strike conducted by the Imperial Japanese Navy against the United States Naval Base at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, on the morning of December 7th, 1941. The attack was intended as an action in order to keep the U.S. from interfering with military actions that the Japanese were planning against overseas territories. The base was attacked by 353 Japanese fighters, bombers, and torpedo planes in 2 waves launched from 6 ships. All 8 U.S. Navy battleships were damaged, with 4 being sunk. 188 U.S. aircraft were destroyed, 2,402 Americans were killed, and 1,282 were wounded. The attack came as a profound shock to the American people and led directly to the American entry into World War II. Many events were held to honor those we have lost on this day 70 years ago, including a ceremony at our own Chief Tecopis Cemetery here in Pahrump. The photos at the end of this slideshow are from the Tecopis Cemetery and come to us courtesy of Horace Langford at the Pahrump Valley Times. President Obama has issued a statement in honor of all those who were lost on that day, as well as the veterans and survivors of the devastating attack. In his statement, he says that their thoughts and prayers are with the families for whom this day is deeply personal.
And it really is hard to believe it's been 70 years since that attack.
It has.
That's horrible, horrible. Folks, a federal judge has sentenced Rob Blagojevic to 14 years for corruption that included trying to sell or trade an appointment to the Senate seat vacated by President Barack Obama. The former governor of Illinois apologized for his crimes and asked for mercy in addressing the judge today. His attorneys had said the sentence of 15 to 20 years prosecutors wanted was too harsh. He is the second successive Illinois governor sentenced for corruption. His Republican predecessor, George Ryan, is serving a 6.5-year term.
Wow, Blagojevich, I think they're really making a precedent of him.
They are, yeah. He's definitely an example.
He is.
Without a doubt. Well, folks, coming up, a ribbon cutting was held for a new medical facility.
And we'll find out what's going on in entertainment this week.
We'll have all this and more right after the break, so please keep it here.
News 46 is brought to you by Southwest Medical Associates. Their healthcare center is now open in your neighborhood. Southwest Medical Associates. Now that's powerful medicine.
Welcome back to News 46. A ribbon cutting was held this morning at Southwest Medical's clinic inside Walmart.
1, 2, they got their own system. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. We're here at our Next Door Health at Walmart, sponsored by Southwest Medical Associates, and we're just thrilled to have another facility open here in Pahrump and be able to add to the health of the Pahrump community.
There's so many great things about this facility, including the operating hours.
You know, we tried to make it as convenient as we could. So hours are part of that. So it's opening into the evenings during the week when our other office is closed, as well as during the day here. And we're working on having availability on the weekends as well. And if there happens to be a line when you come into the waiting room, then we've got the same little beepers like you would get at a restaurant. And you can go out and do your shopping in Walmart. And when it's your turn, we'll beep you and you'll know to come back and be able to go right in and be seen by the provider.
Wonderful thing, as well as all different types of lab work can be done here, but you also take payment as cash.
Right. You know, we wanted to be available for everybody. Southwest Medical Associates has contracts with certain insurance companies, but we wanted everybody to be able to use this. So we've set up very reasonable cash schedule that if someone doesn't have insurance that they can use it, and then we're contracting with more and more insurances all the time so that they'll be able to use this as well.
This is a really convenient location as well.
Oh, most definitely. And that's part of why we wanted to do some of what we call our point of care testing here. So we do urinalysis, and we'll be able to set up and do EKGs and different things. So it's not just for sore throats and colds. We can do a fair amount of medicine here. So
this is a great location, and for more information, I know that we have a phone number here at this location, 751-8069, but what's the operating hour?
The operating hours, we open up at 7 to 8 in the morning, and it goes till 8 o'clock at night during the week.
So convenient.
We'll let them do it. 1, 2, they
got their own system. Well, the ribbon cutting at Southwest Medical also kicked off the Docs for Socks program to help local children in need.
Well, it's something that Southwest Medical has put together, and I'm not sure if they've done this in years past, but because they're coming out here to Pahrump this year, they've decided to go ahead and do it for the Nye County School District, homeless children, and children in need. So their goal is pretty big. As far as I know, I think they're saying that they want to try to collect about 5,000 pairs of socks and underwear, which would be wonderful because the need is so large in Nye County. It's not just here in Pahrump, but it's also Amargosa, Beatty, Tonopah, and Gabbs. So when all those donations come in, we're going to be very, very busy at the beginning of next year to be able to send those socks and underwear out.
How can the community get involved with this?
Oh, they could come here to Walmart, to the clinic here. There's a big box outside their clinic, and they can just buy something here at Walmart and then just go ahead and drop it off. Or they can buy it and bring it in. It doesn't matter where it's purchased.
Not just socks, right? All different kinds of undergarments. And I know that we were doing a hat thing recently with Quilts for Cancer.
We are, yes. We just recently did the hats and scarves that the community got together, and they've just been doing wonderful things. The hats and scarves were a big hit with our kids, and I'm really encouraged about that continuing on. But the socks and the underwear is something else that, when things start getting tight, those are one of the things that you have to make last a little bit longer. And so we've actually had lots of kids coming to school without socks at all. And of course we don't check underwear, but we know that that's something that's really needed.
Thank you so much. And for more information, who can they contact?
They're more than welcome to contact me. My number is 727-1875.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well now, here is Zach Fuentes with your entertainment this week.
I'm Zach Fuentes with your entertainment this week. We talked a little bit about the X Factor before and even interviewed a couple of potential contestants. Well, the show's 2 female judges have been receiving death threats. Many of the show's fans are angered at the fact that 14-year-old contestant Drew was sent home after Nicole Scherzinger and Paula Abdul decided to keep another instead. The threats have been sent through various mediums, including, of course, social networks Twitter and Facebook. Authorities and show security have been notified and are on the alert. The former contestant herself, Drew, who is the center of all of this, is urging fans to calm down, as she believes no one deserves death threats. She has been a great sport about the whole situation, stating that Marcus Canny, the person chosen over her, deserves his position in the top 5. To find out who wins the X Factor competition, we'll just have to wait until the 2-part finale airs on the 21st and 22nd of this month. Now, after much speculation, it has been confirmed this week that pop icon Madonna will be performing at the Super Bowl 46 halftime show. The 53-year-old superstar is going to perform at the Super Bowl for the first time on February 5th at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. It looks like the performance is going to coincide with the release of her 12th studio album, which may come out early next year. She will also follow in the footsteps of artists such as Paul McCartney, Diana Ross, U2, and the Rolling Stones. Not only will we see if she can top those acts with her performance in general, but we will also find out if she'll make everyone forget about the infamous Janet Jackson wardrobe malfunction with an even bigger controversy of her own. And if anybody could do it, it'd be the Material Girl herself. Well, last weekend, country singer John Rich, formerly of the duo Big and Rich, performed a show in Las Vegas. He must have had a good time, and perhaps too good of a time, as he was too drunk to fly back to Nashville. Prior to boarding the flight at McCarran Airport, the 37-year-old singer got into a verbal argument with passengers and once inside the cabin continued to exhibit drunken behavior to the extent that Southwest Airlines asked him to leave. The airline stated that they determined he was not fit for travel and that their decision was based on FAA regulations. Even though he was too drunk to fly and was a disturbance to others, he was said to have been very calm and cooperative when he was asked to leave. How considerate. Well, just a few months ago, the world lost a true Hollywood legend, actress Elizabeth Taylor. Taylor was known for her films, multiple marriages, and her extensive, expensive jewelry collection. Some jewels from the Academy Award winners' collection are going to be auctioned off in New York on December 13th through 17th. Now, in addition to some of her jewelry, other items such as memorabilia, art, clothing, and one of her 2 Oscar statues will be up for auction. Part of the proceeds will go to the Elizabeth Taylor AIDS Foundation. And that portion may be quite a bit, too, considering that just one of her necklaces is estimated to be worth $2.5 to $3.5 million. I'm Zach Fuentes, and that was your entertainment this week.
Well, thank you very much, Zach. Folks, this weekend, the Shadow Mountain Community Players held their Rollin' in the Dough and Mistletoe performance at New Hope Fellowship.
Rolling in the dough in mistletoe. I'm on the set here for the Shadow Mountain Communities Players holiday performance. We're going to speak to Carlton McCaslin.
The play basically is about the villain, rolling in the dough, who is foreclosing on the town. Now, why he's foreclosing on the town gets revealed later in the show. But he is, well, as the signs say, he is the most wicked, most dastardly, most evil, most despicable villain of all times. I just around and look at him.
Who's playing the villain this time?
Craig is.
Craig Rowland.
Yes, exactly. In fact, he said that's why he got the role, because his last name's Rowland. And he's for a villain in training, he's not bad at all.
There you go. Is he going to take over the villain roles, or are you just letting him do this one?
This villain sings. I don't.
There you go. And speaking of seaming, we have 2 harps over here.
Yes, we do. We have Marilyn Gamble and Sue Zink. We've always used them on the Christmas shows. It gives a nice interlude to begin the show.
It's wonderful. We heard Sue Zink many times.
Yes. Yeah, she's been out many times. Yeah, this show's a little bit different than other shows because our admission we have for either $2 or 2 cans of food. And we've got quite a bit of food, and this all goes here to the Pathways of Hope, which is the church here. They feed 140 families on a weekly basis.
How many do we have in the cast today?
I believe there's 8 in the cast. It's one of our smaller casts, but a smaller stage, and I like the atmosphere and everything in here, which is really, really neat for a show like this.
Wonderful decorations here at the New Hope Fellowship Church.
Oh yeah, they've got all the decorations out there. Then of course anything on the stage is our decorations.
There you go. So what's coming up next for the Shadow Mountain Community Players?
We'll be back here at New Hope with a comedy. We'll be casting that in January. I'm not sure what comedy we're using yet, but it'll be a fun show like we always do.
Wonderful. For more information, how can they contact you?
727-6145.
And of course, people donated food for the Path of Hope Food Bank here at New Hope Fellowship. If you would like to help them out, of course, you can get in touch with New Hope. We're at 781 West Street, and the Path of Hope Food Bank is open on Wednesdays from 3:30 to 5:30. I want to thank the Shadow Mountain Community Players for their performance. It was wonderful. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
There's always a lot going on during this holiday season, and the Nevada Silver Tappers Christmas show at the Saddle West this past Sunday was a huge success.
Can you believe this is our 21st year?
Wow.
But you know, Deanna, this would not be possible if the community hadn't believed in us and supported us all these years.
It's always a packed room, isn't it?
Yes, it is. You know, I was very worried about the economy this year, but just look what's happening. But you know, I really am thrilled to death on who we're giving to this year. We're giving some of it to the Senior Citizen Center, and then to the Pahrump Valley Youth Association, who did such a wonderful job after we gave them money last year that I wanted to give them a little more because it helped our children so much. But this CASA just went to my heart about our foster children. Little did we realize that they had nobody speak for them. And after I met with Willie Bear and the officers, I was very, very impressed, and this is what I wanted to go to.
CASA is such a fabulous organization and so needed. We didn't know how much we needed it until you hear about what they're doing and the things that they're achieving.
That's right. Well, you know, we just got busy and got on the bandwagon. You know that, the Tappers and Miss Senior Going. We can't forget my Miss Senior Going years. Of course, they haven't been around as long, but since 2003, they've been with us every minute.
Wonderful. What are we looking forward to this evening?
Unfortunately, the gal that we had coming in from Las Vegas, which would have been a hoot, is just stuck in Colorado.
Yeah.
But, you know, that happens. But we have a lot of children in it this year, and that's what it's all about.
I know that we got the Pahrump Valley Youth Organization out here. I saw them out there. They're going to be opening the show tonight.
Yes, and a little 4/8 group that's never danced out before is going to be here. And, of course, the Sun City Cloggers, the little kids and adults and things. And we have singers and trumpet players, and then Julie from the Episcopal Church is playing music, so it's wonderful, just very, very wonderful. And wasn't it a beautiful night last night?
It was beautiful, and beautiful, amazing events that we have here. What are we looking forward to for the Nevada Silver Tappers next?
Well, the Nevada Silver Tappers will be performing in December the 11th at the Nugget for Don Camachi, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. And they're going to be performing for him at 2 p.m., so they'll be there.
Can't wait to see that. I know you're doing 2 shows today. I'll let you get ready. I know we got a lot of performers today that you've been organizing. You're a busy lady.
Yes. Yeah, I pulled myself out the first 2 dances. I thought I kind of want to see what's going on.
Yeah, there you go.
But I'm with the Wooden Soldiers. Yeah.
There you go. Can't wait for that. That's legendary performance that we see every year.
Right, honey. Thank you, Deanna. Channel 46.
That BJ, she's looking so great.
Yeah.
Being in her 80s and staying active. And They raise a lot of money with that show. Every year it's packed.
It was packed. It looked really good, though.
It always is good. I've been to several of their shows, and they put a lot of work into it.
Excellent.
They do.
Well, I have a confession to make. I am not listening to my own advice, and I did not pay attention to the 5 P's of Pahrump.
Oh, no.
So this morning, the pipes in my master bath were frozen, and I had ice on my pool, so I failed 2 out of the 5.
No.
I know, it was horrible.
And you
horrible.
reminded me. That's how I got mine done.
So yes,
And I reminded
Can't take
Vern.
my own
That's how I
advice.
really got it done.
But, you know, now that I've already suffered through it once, I've taken care of it because it looks like, based on what I've seen, the rest of this week is going to be more of the same. We'll check in with Zach after the break for a look at your 7-day forecast.
News 46 Weather is brought to you by Healthcare Partners Medical Group, with 5 locations in Pahrump, local doctors and professional staff providing total care from infancy to seniors. News 46 Weather is also brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body. For more information, you can visit their website at nevadadairycouncil.org. News 46 Weather is also brought to you by Humana.
Welcome back to News 46. I'm Zach Fuentes here with your weather. We had sunny skies today, and our high was at 56. It warmed up a little bit for us. The winds were coming out of the east at 3 miles per hour, and our gusts were at up to 5 miles per hour. Not too bad at all. Our pressure is holding steady at 30.26, and our UV index was at 3, moderate, still staying the same there. Our humidity was at 24%, and the sunrise was at 6:41 a.m., kind of late. Our record is still staying the same at 76 back in 1938, a warm year. Tonight looks like we're going to have some partly cloudy skies, however. Our low is going to be 33 degrees, so it is warming up a little bit, actually, even in the nighttime. Our winds are going to come out of the northeast at 3 miles per hour, and our gusts are going to remain at up to 5 miles per hour. Humidity is going to go up a little bit, though, at 42%, and our sunset's going to be at 4:29 p.m. And tonight's record was 21 degrees back in 1948. Tomorrow we're going to return with some sunny skies. We're going to have a high of 58 degrees, and our low is going to be at 35. The winds are going to come out of the north-northeast at 3 miles per hour, and our gusts are going to go up just a little bit there at 6 miles per hour. The UV is going to go down, though, at 2 low, and our sunrise is going to be at 6:42 a.m. The humidity looks like it's going to be at 29%. And for our 7-day forecast, it looks like the clouds are going to come upon us again. From Saturday to Wednesday, we're going to have cloudy skies. And Tuesday, we do have a 30% chance of some rain. Our highs are going to remain in the 50s, warming up for us a little bit there. And our lows are still going to stay in the 20s. So take all your precautions to keep things from freezing. And today's worst weather was in Potato Island, New Jersey, where it was rainy. Back to you.
Possibly some snow next Tuesday
what
night?
It looks like next Tuesday. Well, according to the forecast, based on what I saw, it's Tuesday night that we can expect the rain. So if it does come, we could see our first snow.
Great. Thank you, Zach.
So yeah, as you saw, again, 5 P's of Pahrump all week long. Your pets, your pumps, your pools, your plants, your pipes, take care of them all. Don't be me. Actually go out and take care of it all. Otherwise, you'll end up with ice all over your pool, a frozen dog, and
but you didn't end up with the bill. I mean,
no.
It froze, but it didn't bust.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
it just froze, but then it thawed right out. Yes,
fortunate. Yeah. Well, everybody, a Christmas concert will be held this Sunday, December 11th. And it will have 2 performances at 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. It will be held at the Pahrump Nugget Event Center. And we are really looking forward to that. I will be singing in the concert. Rodney Camacho is in charge of the concert. But it will be benefiting the Pahrump Valley Youth Activities. Again, that's this Sunday, December 11th, the Christmas concert, 2 performances. Now, tickets are $15 for adults, seniors are $10, or a family is $25. However, you will not be turned away for failure to pay if you are not able to afford it. If you're able to make a donation, that would be great, but you will not be turned away at that point.
Well, that's very nice of them to do.
Yeah.
And not but a couple days sooner than that, the High Desert Chorals holiday concert will be held again at the Pahrump Nugget, December 7th at 7 p.m. The doors open at 6:30, and admission is $5 or $3 with a donation of a non-perishable food item. So you make sure you check all that out. If you want more information about the concert, you can call the Nugget Event Center at 751-6776.
So all the concerts are
everything's
at the Nugget.
coming into place, and everybody's going to have their concerts. And
lots of activities.
Lots of
Should
stuff
be fun.
to do.
Now, those of you might remember Alicia, or we called her Charlie or Lily here. She's going to be in the concert also this coming up Sunday.
Is she singing? Or?
She's singing, yes. And Tammy will be singing. And if you haven't heard those girls sing, wow. They have beautiful voices. They're actually going to be doing a few duets, plus they'll be singing solos.
Nice.
So I'm looking forward to listening to them myself. So I'm excited I'm going.
All right, lots of Pahrump locals there at the concert.
There should be.
Well, folks, I think this is going to do it for this edition of News 46. I'm Rick Vale.
And I'm Rhonda Van Winkle.
And from everyone up here in the Hill of KPVM, we wish you a safe evening, and we'll see you here again tomorrow night. Until then, good night, Pahrump.
Good night.